What's up, y'all? It's your boy Cool Fish. Today I'm gonna be eating 酸菜鱼. It's fermented leafy vegetable stewed with fish. And meanwhile, let's talk about why Chinese people treat each other like shit. In the last video, which is part 2 of the series, I analyzed the shit out of inner activities of Chinese girls to behave more friendly and accommodating in front of foreigners. With comparison of their attitudes and reactions to Chinese males, I came up with a conclusion of being nice and easygoing toward foreigners is not their natural characteristics, but is more about liberation after being constantly oppressed by the conservative culture we Chinese share among our community. And it's not just about hookup. There are many differences between the way we treat our own people and the way we treat foreigners. I know, for anybody around the world, you know better about a person who you share the same culture with, which makes you have a better idea about their intention and what they're looking for. When they're misunderstood, you want to speak up for them. When they're in danger, you want to be protective. You know how to offer them help. The similarity people share from the same culture usually reflects on people being more united as a group and looking out for each other. The culture empowers its people, so of course you treat outsiders differently. However, I found the common informations and cultures and beliefs we share inside of our community, commonly acknowledged among Chinese, are the reasons why we treat our own people like shit. We have less tolerance and higher expectations for each other. If you haven't watched my last video, or you believe there's particularity for situations like hookup, like I can't just take it out of context and say the Chinese people treat each other like shit because of the similarity we share together, and don't worry. From now on, I will show you how broadly applicable this conclusion I have come to is. Starts from not giving any shit about each other. A basic scenario, asking for directions. You're Chinese, you go ask somebody for directions politely. They either ignore or wave their hands or hit you with a "go look up on your phone." Okay, I understand. Not because they don't want to tell me, because in a fast-paced metropolis like Beijing, with high population mobility and fast-changing appearance, most people have no idea about the direction neither. That's fair, but why do you have to be so indifferent or hostile? Like, why is it so hard to say, "I'm sorry, I don't know"? Because they only think about themselves. They don't have the custom of thinking for anybody else, even for a split second. So they don't care if you're polite or not. They don't care if you're confused or need help or not. They're not paying attention to you, bro. It's a manifestation of inertial thinking, which is, other Chinese don't deserve my attention and concern, even basic respect. And I don't feel a bit of guilty for not showing it. You're like, yeah, right. How am I supposed to know you're not making shit up? Well, that's a good question, by the way, but since you asked for it, here's the lecture. And Chinese people believe others don't deserve their attention or concern because they subconsciously believe other people only gives them trouble. Because throughout our life, people always asking shit from us for what they want. They never ask what we want. Speak from the first person perspective, they don't care about me and how I feel. They always demand, and they're not grateful once they get it. Like when we were kids, our family tell us to stop crying, stop running, stop having too much fun, start doing what they say. These are not for the purpose of consoling our feelings or protecting us from danger. I mean, indeed, there are elements of that, and they love to embellish their command with these excuses, but these are not the major purpose. The major purpose is to save them adults from more troubles. It reflects on the way they execute. It's really common in Chinese society to hear grandmas talking to little kids with commanding and threatening tones like, "Stop crying or I will abandon you." Like, what's comforting or protective about that bullshit just came out of your mouth? You don't give a shit about that kid's feelings. You don't care what he wants. You want it for yourself. You want him to stop annoying you, to stop giving you trouble. As we grow up, our parents and teachers tell us don't hold a girl's hand, put on school uniform, don't play games with your friends, go study hard. Same shit, different day. Yeah, they want us to be successful. It sounds like it's for our good, but it's more about the parents want to be proud of themselves for raising a successful human, and being successful is by the definition of the society. It's also about the teachers getting promoted. Their evaluation is based on our score. Our growth is not 100% about us, because they don't care about what being successful means to us, what's our interest, what we have passion for, what make us concentrate. They act like they care, but they don't take it seriously, because they don't care enough to encourage and help us develop it to become better. All they care about is our grade, and they don't care how much effort we put in, how much we have sacrificed or improved just to please them. It's all about what they want, because they only have reaction to the result instead of how much we have grown as a human. After we grow up, our boss tell us with their bitch ass like, you're late, here's assignment, be prepared for the meeting, and cancel the meeting. We have a promotion tonight, you have to stay. And our parents start telling us to get married. Motherfucker, remember I was being called a pervert for holding a girl's hand in high school? So, when we see another Chinese, we assume that person's up to no good. Motherfucker must try to take something from me. And our environment just keeps proving us right. Those scamming, human trafficking, the Uber driver raped a young lady, a teenager killed his crush and his parents. Any trivial social upheaval will be magnified by our unfulfilled desire to be cared for. We choose to use the dark side of the society as its image, ignore the goodness, assume the society is indifferent, so we can prove we are unwanted, so we can forgive those we care about for not loving us enough. And we do the same to other people to justify the little bit of love we have received or shown for those we care about is priceless. Okay, that's some heavy shit. I couldn't believe how well I have addressed it. That was shit, I amazed myself. Anyway, that's why Chinese people don't pay attention to each other, even though they have nothing better to pay attention to. They are not utilizing their attention on themselves neither, because if they are, they should realize what kind of dick they are, and they should be ashamed, and they should make a change. It makes perfect sense for the asking for direction scenario, and their reaction of either ignore or wave goodbye or hit you with a go look up on your phone means, I don't care what you want. Don't make your troubles mine. I'm not here for you. And it applies to a lot of more scenarios, like the problem of Chinese service I have addressed in another video. They care about the job they get paid for, the job requirement, but they don't care about the person they're serving. Or like you're jogging in the park, people see you but they won't make way or pause for a second or have any reaction. Instead, they expect you to stop for them. They dare you to run into them because they don't give a shit about you, so they can't relate your running motion with your rhythm of breathing. On the other hand, if you're a foreigner, we'll be nicer. As I said in the first episode, you're like a fucking alien. People can't help to pay attention. They will be surprised if you speak Mandarin, and they're flattered if you're being polite. Anyway, we're still pretty far away from reaching the bottom of why Chinese people treat each other like shit, but we're making progress. Now we know because we're used to our feelings being ignored by other Chinese for their needs, so we assume they won't do us anything good, so we inertially ignore their needy ass. But why is there nobody trying to change it, you wonder? Which leads to part 4, which sounds contradictory to this topic. Chinese people never mind their own business. I'll see you when it drops. Appreciate you watching. Peace.